Hey there, Barto Family Chiropractic practice member. I am sharing with you in this video the benefits of vitamin D3. So vitamin D3 is a requirement for good health and specifically a requirement for good spinal health. So I'm going to share with you in this video why that's necessary. So before I kind of get into that, you might know that vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin. If you look at the bottle here, you can see that there's a little sun on it. And the reason that is because you can make vitamin D yourself if you get enough sun exposure. So the issue with that is that we live in Western Pennsylvania, where we have more cloudy days than any other place in America, except for, I think, Seattle. So because of that, nobody in Western Pennsylvania gets 20 minutes a day, every day, of bare skin sun exposure, meaning that you don't have any clothes on and no sunscreen. Maybe in the summer, you're outside in a bikini without sunscreen, but that's definitely not happening at any other time during the year. So that means that if you're not supplementing your diet with D3, like something like this, then you are deficient and not getting enough vitamin D. Now this is an issue because vitamin D is a known causal factor in all of the following: cancer, heart disease, multiple sclerosis, inflammation, all inflammation, depression, colds and flus, decreased immune function, asthma, autism, autoimmune diabetes, so that'd be type 1 diabetes, allergies, bone loss, chronic pain, and loss of athletic performance, and premature aging, because your DNA telomeres have a decreased ability to regenerate and repair. Okay, so vitamin D, being deficient in vitamin D3 is a causal factor for all of those things. The reason why vitamin D, being deficient in vitamin D3, can cause all of those things is because D3 is essential. All humans require it. It's necessary in the function of almost every function in your body, okay? So here's some numbers to kind of like bring this home here. D3 sensitive cancers are responsible for 257,000 deaths in 2007. That's 46% of all cancer deaths, because somebody was lacking this. Patients with clinical depression who are given vitamin D supplements had significantly enhanced moods and a reduction in negative symptoms. So D3 for depression helps. Research indicates that D deficiency should be considered in all patients with chronic pain, muscle weakness or fatigue, fibromyalgia, or chronic fatigue syndrome. So, I'm a chiropractor who sees a heck of a lot of people because of pain. If I don't tell you that this here can help you with that, I'm not a very good doctor, okay? So D3, I can't stress it enough. You're going to help me help you by being sufficient in this. You will feel better and you will improve so many health outcomes for yourself. And this is an important one. As I'm filming this, we're in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. And because vitamin D is so important to immune function, evidenced by the study I'm going to tell you about right now, this is a clear indication that there is, if you've already become sufficient in vitamin D, you're doing great. And if you're not yet sufficient in vitamin D, then now is the time to start getting there. Because vitamin D supplementation reduced the incidence of cold and flu by almost 100%. Out of 104 subjects studied, only one of them developed a cold or a flu over the winter months. That study is Farage and Matura, vitamin D deficiency and chronic low back pain, and Aloha, epidemic influenza and vitamin D, epidemiology of infection, 2007, volume 135, page 1095 to 1098. So that was published in the Epidemiology and Infection Journal. So out of 104 people, only one of them got the flu or a cold if they were supplementing with D3. I like those odds. Routinely every year, the flu shot is like no better than 20%. And they always say repeatedly that your best chance at not getting the flu is to get the flu shot. But apparently they haven't read that study, because it seems to me that your best defense at not getting the flu would be to take vitamin D. In a study of chronic low back patients, symptoms significantly improved in 100% of the patients who were low in vitamin D and received supplements. You're going to get better, faster results if you do this. You will not be so reliant on me if you do this, and it's cheap. This is $35 for 100 days. If you needed 10 drops to be sufficient, if you needed I'm going to go through the dosage, but this bottle, let's just say that it lasts you 100 days, which is typical for an adult. $35 for 100 days of sufficient, $10 a month. So the way you do the dosing, I guess I didn't have another one to share with you, but the dosage is, adults need 4,000 to 5,000 IUs per day, depending on body weight, because what we're aiming for is 1,000 IUs of vitamin D per 40 pounds of body weight. So for children, about 1,000 IUs per 40 pounds of body weight. So that makes the dosage really easy. What you do with this is it's 2 itty bitty little drops. It's not like the whole dropper full that goes down into here. You can like suck it up in here and use 2 little itty bitty drops, just boop, boop on your tongue. There's 1,000 IUs, and do that per 40 pounds. So if you're 160 pounds, then you need 8 drops. If you're, that was 160. If you're 200 pounds, then you need 10 drops. So most adults are someplace in there. So I did the calculations. If you're 200 pounds, this is going to last you for 100 days. If you're less than 200 pounds, it's going to last you even longer. You cannot get cheaper than this, okay? And considering all of the things that it can help you with, there's just no excuse, okay? This is a great version of D3. This is a great supplement because it's the carrier oil. All D3 is pretty similar, but this is carried in an organic olive oil. You obviously want to avoid any kind of carrier oil that is inflammatory. And it tastes like olive oil, so it's easy. It's easy. Now, if you want to have a little fun with it, I carry in the office some gummies. These, this is for kids. This is a water flavored. It's not my favorite flavor. My kids do like it. It's 400 IUs per gummy. So, maybe like depending on how big your kid is, they might get 2 gummies. This is my favorite. This is absolutely delicious. It's a gummy. It's 1,000 IUs per 1 gummy. So, you're going to take between 4 or 5 gummies a day, and they're delicious. If I'm honest, it's just, I would sit and eat the whole thing. But those are a little bit, this is the most cost-effective way to do it. But if you want to give your kids a treat, these are great options for that. So get sufficient in your vitamin D. You will help me help you.